Greetings and welcome to this video of Offense of the Ancients. Today we're going to tackle Venomancer. And in 7.41, this character is very good, very strong, and he has powers that, frankly, no one has even seen yet. No one has really tapped into the potential of this character, and I say that knowing full well that nobody is doing this build and nobody has a clue that this is even possible. So, um, I want to start with the build. We'll start in slow motion. Let me explain why Venomancer is so insane right now, and why he is being slept on, and nobody has a clue what this character is even capable of. So, with Noxious Plague, all debuffs from Venomancer on the initial target and the Plague are spread to nearby targets. Additional spreads beyond the first do not deal impact damage, unless you have the Aghanim Scepter, which causes impact damage. So let me just go through slowly what this means. So let's say I cast Gale and Snakebite, and then I cast Ultimate. These debuffs will be transplanted to the neighboring characters. So it's a little bit out of spread, right? Meaning, if I were to Vessel, the Vessel will also spread. But that duration of the vessel will match the duration on the original Venomancer. Okay, as you can see, the debuff perishes 3 seconds after hitting the multiple targets. And a big part of this build is level 15 talent that says Noxious Plague Spread Radius. This is crucial and pivotal to the entire build. Now, there is a special interaction with Eul's Scepter. When you use a target, the game, I believe, is coded that that target is invulnerable. That is exactly how it was in Dota 1, and I believe it's the same here in Dota 2. So, let me demonstrate how I learned any of this. So, one game I was just tracking down a kill. I was killing some random hero, right? And he was escaping me, and I had my ult up, and I was like, it's a waste, but I'll confirm the kill, right? So, as I threw it, it exploded on death, which is something I didn't realize. So getting a killing blow with ultimate is the fastest way to ensure that you can get an instant spread. But that's kind of hard to do with travel time and all that. But if you were to use the target, the game treats it as having died or being completely cleansed, thus removing the debuff, thus spreading it. This guy's a little far away. So before I go any further, I'm sure your brain's doing the math here and looking at this vessel like, holy shit. So we go into Orchid. This debuff will also transfer. Now before I showcase the couple's debuffs, I need to explain something that makes no sense, but it is part of this entire interaction. Your character's, um, where your character is looking is, it determines how the Noxious Plague spreads. For instance, if I were over here, hold on, that's not a good representation. Let's do this. Let's spread them out a little bit more. This way. So if I'm looking this way, right? As you can see, it only spreads to these 3. But if I were to look this way at all the units, it then behaves differently. Now, I'm really not completely sure what's occurring here. Is it my proximity to the target? That's hard to do. You gotta make sure you have range. I don't know why that happened. That was weird. Oh, I put 2 ultimates on it. I put 2. No, that's not what happened. I don't know what that was. That was just a fluke. That just completely... But anyway. So, I don't know why that does that, and I'm not sure what the fix is, but try to look, have your character facing every character. be within vision of your character. So you have to turn your character. See, if I turn my back there, that one didn't get hit. But if I keep my character turned, I don't know. It's really hard, and it doesn't make any sense really. But let me show you the combo with the double dots and how that works. So in order to really do this combo, you have to be super fast. And I don't recommend even trying to cast QW and then Vessel Bloodthorn and then trying to do it because it's a lot of buttons. And as you can see, that time I caught the target, even though he was far away, which makes no sense. So the interactions here are a little weird, a little wonky. And the best fix I have is face your character towards the enemies. Now, this works in fog, if you're curious, so it's not like you have to have vision of the character. I will display you. As you can see, the projectile still hits characters in fog. So you don't even have to see the characters to really pull this combo off. You can kind of just guesstimate where their enemy team is, because you're never going to get a perfect interaction where you can just run up to somebody, hey, how's it going? You know, that's not going to happen. Especially when we don't buy BKB on this character, just because in order to really pull off this build, you have to have these items. Now, that's not to say you can't buy BKB. It's just not really part of the build order. So some connective items to this are going to be Glipnir, because it's just a solid disable, but it also gives you AoE on Gale. As you can see, it's not even hitting, but it is hitting. But also this allows you to actually pull off the combo. There's a few different methods that you can really employ. One is Shadow Blade, but you know, people can just buy sentries, but you can Shadow Blade in places that can't be sentried. You can hide in tree lines and shit. So there's a few ways you can Shadow Blade, which is kind of safe, or even Glimmer Cave if you're feeling like ballsy, if you think you can do it. But I like Shadow Blade, but you can also do Aether Lens. Now, Aether Lens just kind of sucks in terms of a build order, but it can be pretty good because Snakebite with range is actually really nice, because the biggest problem with Veno is you can't cast Snakebite on any of the high range characters because you like walk up to them and you just die because you're Venomancer. So I don't really like having to do that, and you can't get cast range items on Venomancer through neutrals, which kind of sucks. So you just gotta figure that out. That's why I kind of like the Glipnir, because it gives you setup. It gives you potential setup, so you can lock them in place. At least lock some people in place. So you don't have to get everybody. You just have to get almost everybody. And then, I mean, you can do full combo, which is QW, you know, Gale Snakebite, Bloodthorn's Vessel. And then if they're in Yules, the only logical thing you can do is Meteor Hammer them when they come down, right? It's like the only item that you can really stage. But what's great is the spell damage is really nice for Noxious Plague. So let's buy the Aghanims. And so everyone has a heart for reference here. And I'm just going to put them close. I'm not going to deal with the line of sight bullshit. We're just going to showcase how strong this is. So alright, that's a heart. That's a heart. Now, I know this is a billion items in gold, but you really don't even need any of this. You really just need Ags, Vessel, and Orchid. It doesn't really matter the volume damage of the silence. All that matters is they're silenced. Right? And with this combo alone, you can do insane damage. Right? You don't need Meteor Hammer, just the Aghanims. You're doing 2,000 poison, multi-target Vessel. And yeah, so like this character is just disgusting. You can pull this combo out pretty much anywhere. You're like, oh, team fight's going bad? Not anymore. Everyone's silenced, vesseled, and fucking poisoned. Complete reset on the fight. Completely turn around any fight. because nobody can stop targeted Yules. And I honestly don't think Lincoln's stops the AoE Yules because the way it's calculated. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Yeah, so Lincoln's doesn't even stop this combo because it's not self-targeted, it's an AoE connective. So Lincoln's can't even respond to this combo. You can't get out of it. The only way to get out of it is maybe Aeon Disc. I really don't know. Let's find out. Whoops, wrong target. Hold on. You can't open on the Yules guy, obviously. Let's see if Aeon Disc stops him. Okay, so Aeon Disc kind of gets out of it. But I mean, how common is Aeon Disc, to be honest? Mostly supports by it, not really cores. So if a support lives, it's not like the end of the world type of thing. So that's the only thing they can do to get out of it. Obviously, BKB, like let's see. Um, see how this reacts. Just BKB right out of it. Still debuffed, so I mean, you can BKB out of it, but I mean, you can BKB out of anything. So this is pretty much the build. What I play now, Ethereal Blade does work, but Ethereal Blade doesn't last long enough for it to really matter until you have Aghanim. So as you can see, they do get the Ethereal Blade. It's just not really good enough for it to matter in terms of like making the whole build. Sheep does work, but it's not worth it because it's 2.8. The Yules last 2.5, so you're getting 0.3 seconds of sheep. Nullifier is a good one. What else? There's another one I'm not remembering, but yeah, being nullifier kind of sucks. It's a good one. So yeah, that's Venomancer 7.41. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. If you guys figure out anything additionally that I missed, hit me up. Let me know what you're doing. And I'll just say this on top. I've been buying Phylacteral on Venomancer just because when you snakebite, it gives you a nice snare, and you can just open with Gale. And it's just kind of nice. Just by itself. It's good regen, all stats. It's like a great build order, so really can't go wrong. But if you were to throw in, let me throw in the Catalyst here with the spell damage. I'll show you full combo in terms of damage. I believe it kills heart, people with heart entirely. But yeah, this is just a great way to instantly turn a fight that's bad. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's disgusting, and it's a really fun build. And Venomancer's never been good like this, so it's like it's a whole different feeling if you've played Dota for a long time. Venomancer's been good, but he's never been like, holy fuck, you're screwed. Good. And like I said, you're gonna have to practice this combo a lot. It's a piano of bullshit, but it's effective. It's real effective. So have fun with this build, enjoy, and post your results. Let me see some work. Thanks for watching.